My sister demanded that I give her my house because she has kids, and I don't. She lost her mind when I changed the locks. My sister Rachel showed up at my door last Tuesday with a U-Haul truck, not a rental van, a full-sized U-Haul. She had her 3 kids in the car and started unloading boxes onto my lawn before I even knew what was happening. "What are you doing?" I asked, still in my pajamas, holding my morning coffee. "Moving in. Mom said you agreed to swap houses since mine is too small for the kids." I literally spit out my coffee. "Mom said what?" "I bought this 4-bedroom house with my own money after working 70-hour weeks for 8 years. Rachel lives in a 2-bedroom apartment that her ex pays for. Rachel, get your stuff off my lawn. I never agreed to this." She pulled out her phone and showed me a text from our mom. "Talk to your brother about the house swap. He understands family comes first." That's it. That was her proof that I was giving her my house. A text that said, "Talk to your brother." The kids were already running through my front door. Rachel had somehow gotten my spare key from our parents. My nephew Tyler was jumping on my leather couch with muddy shoes, while the twins were opening every cabinet in my kitchen. "Kids need space to grow," Rachel said, dragging a box toward my door. "You're single. You can live anywhere. 1 bedroom is plenty for you." I blocked the doorway. "You're not moving into my house. Mom already told everyone at church that you're doing this for us. Grandma's so proud of you for stepping up." Here's the thing about Rachel. She's been pulling this since we were kids. When she wanted my car in college, she told everyone I promised it to her, then acted shocked when I said no. She made me look like the bad guy at every family gathering for months. "You need to leave. Now. Tyler, grab your stuff from the car," she called out, ignoring me completely. "We're setting up your room first." That's when I noticed she'd already changed her mail forwarding to my address. There was a stack of her mail in the U-Haul with my address on it. She'd been planning this for weeks. I started carrying boxes back to the U-Haul. Rachel started screaming that I was traumatizing her children by making them homeless. "You're not homeless. You have an apartment. At prison? You want your nephews sharing a room forever while you live in this mansion alone?" It's not a mansion. It's a normal suburban house that I saved for since I was 22. But to Rachel, anything bigger than what she has is excessive if someone else owns it. That night, she came back with our parents. Dad stood in my driveway with his arms crossed like I was 12 years old again. "Your sister is family. Family helps family. Then why don't you give her your house?" I asked. "We're tired. We need our space." "But I don't need mine," Mom jumped in. "You could easily get a nice apartment downtown, closer to your office." "I work from home." "Well, you could work from an apartment." I called a locksmith to come immediately. While he was changing the locks, Rachel stood in my driveway calling me every name imaginable. "You can't lock me out of my own house," she screamed. "It's not your house." It never was. That's when Rachel called the cops, told them I was illegally evicting her from her rightful home. 2 officers showed up at my door looking confused. "Sir, your sister claims she's been living here, and you've locked her out." I showed them my mortgage documents, utility bills, and everything with my name. "She's never lived here. She tried to move in without permission yesterday." The officer looked at his partner. "Ma'am, do you have any proof you live here?" Rachel held up the forwarded mail. "I get mail here. As of yesterday," I added. "Check the forward date." She started sobbing about her kids needing stability, how I was destroying their lives. The officers looked sympathetic, but told her she had to leave my property. But Rachel wasn't done. This morning, 3 days later, she posted in our neighborhood Facebook group that I was hoarding housing while children suffered. Then one neighbor, Mrs. Chen, commented, "Isn't this the same woman who tried to claim Thompson's shed was hers last year because her kids played in it once?" Suddenly, the comments shifted. 5 other neighbors chimed in with their own Rachel stories. She tried to claim someone's above-ground pool was community property because her kids could see it from her apartment. She told another family they should give her their trampoline because they only had 1 kid using it. Now Rachel's threatening to sue me for emotional damage to her kids. Her latest text says I've traumatized them by showing them a life they can't have. My lawyer says she has no case.